uh, Makkah will be from March 17th. It will be going to Makkah first. Seats are limited, only 40. It's going very fast. It is organized in coordination with US Tours and Travel. Contact our own community member, Sujabai, for more information. Pick up the flyer from the office. It's a great opportunity to do Umrah with our own Sheikh Arsalan, inshallah ta'ala. So please take advantage of it. Secondly, as per Constitution, we have to have a general body meeting last Sunday of the year. So inshallah, this coming Sunday at Duhar time at 2 p.m. inshallah after Dhuhr Salat, we are going to have general body meeting to give the early update inshallah ta'ala. And lastly, Imam Yaseen, as you all know, he was here with us for last 2 months. Next Saturday, that is 30th of December, is going to be his last day. He's moving back to UK for good, inshallah ta'ala. We will miss him. We are very thankful to him. It was an honor to have him for last 2 months. After Imam Mukhtar left, we were feeling a huge vacuum, and he helped us out to fill that vacuum for last 2 months. It was a great honor, not just from our side, from the entire community, from the administration management. Alhamdulillah, he worked very closely with Sheikh Arsalan, Sheikh Asil Khan, and all others to deliver not just Salah or Jummah Khutbah, but various other programs for youth, programs for young professionals, sisters, counseling, and many other things. Huge responsibility. He was an imam before, so it was very easy to fit into that responsibility. So alhamdulillah, we are very thankful to him. We will miss him again. If he gets opportunity to come here anytime, most welcome, inshallah ta'ala, Imam Yaseen. And from our side, from any one of us, would have done anything wrong, please forgive us. And please make dua for entire community. And please make dua that we get, inshallah ta'ala, our own imam as soon as possible. So please, inshallah, I will request you to say a few words and make dua for us, inshallah.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man walah, amma ba'd. Allahumma anfa'na bima 'allamtana wa 'allimna ma yanfa'una. Ameen. I begin by praising Allah Ta'ala and sending all my gratitudes and shukr and thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for the opportunities that He has given us in life. And many times in life we make intentions and we have ambitions and we have dreams, but Allah Ta'ala has a different plan for us sometimes. And things work mysteriously as well. So my first arrival in America was at Plano Masjid, and I didn't have any anticipation that I was going to depart from Plano Masjid. That was not in my plan, it wasn't in my thought process, but Allah works in various ways. And it's a great opportunity, it was a great opportunity for me to come back and spend some time with the community. This community is very close to me, and as I was saying that this community is very close to me, alhamdulillah, I just wanted to share a few words about my initial arrival here, and just to bring some humor to the discussion. And obviously people always ask the question that you're from the United Kingdom, and how did you find out about Plano Masjid? And it's generally a question I get from the wider community as well, from non-Muslims. Because it's strange for them to think about how somebody would come from the other side of the pond all the way to Plano, Texas, and work at a Muslim organization or with a Muslim community. And I don't know if I've shared this in the past, but my first contact in this area was with Imam Yusuf. And Imam Yusuf, and it's very strange how it happened. So Imam Yusuf was monitoring a debate via Hotmail. You know Hotmail? Does anybody still use that? Does anybody still remember Hotmail? Right, everybody still remembers Hotmail. So I remember via Hotmail I was having a debate on the subject of hijab. And those people who emailed me when I first came here, you know that I like to debate. So I'm sure some of the brothers in the community, we had some back and forths as well. So I was debating with somebody random, I don't know the person by the way. This is what happens online. And we're exchanging some messages back and forth on the subject of hijab. I had no idea that Imam Yusuf is reading all of these emails, and somebody was forwarding all of them to Imam Yusuf. He was the Imam in Richardson, for the brothers that don't know. The first Imam in this area, pioneer. And I think that it's so important for us to think about the pioneers. And it's really important for us to make dua for the pioneers. Imam Yusuf came here and he spent almost 30 years, I believe, 30 plus years with the community. And he dedicated his life, his blood and his sweat. And I will never forget the advice that he shared with me when I came here first. He said to me that if you want to be a good Imam or a successful Imam, you have to be a broken leg. Imam Yusuf is he's a very, very intelligent person. I said to him, Imam, what do you mean by a broken leg? He said, when you have a broken leg, you can't walk too far. What does that mean? He says, think about your community first. Focus on your community first. Because as an Imam, you would be invited there, invited here, invited to so many places, and you feel like you have a responsibility for the whole ummah, but your own family, your own children, your own community, they would be hungry and thirsty. And that was a very, very wise advice that Imam Yusuf gave. And I think that a lot is owed to Imam Yusuf for so much of the growth that we've seen in this community in terms of deen, etc. So Imam Yusuf said to me at the time, young man, I like your views. So I think, you know how Imam Yusuf speaks, and he says, he's all in email, and he says, there's a very good masjid, about 10 miles from here, it's a new masjid, young community, you should apply there. And I had no idea what Plano was, what Plano meant, whether the city by the name of Plano even existed. And, you know, Imam Yusuf said very good things about the community. At the time, I sent my resume to the Imam committee. And I don't know if you brothers remember, who here remembers Brother Ziyad Ramahi? Brother Ziyad? Yes, Brother Ziyad, I mean, he was a very nice brother. I had a very good relationship with him, and may Allah bless him. I remember when I sent the resume, there was no response for a few weeks. I was 23 years old, a young man. So I called up, and Brother Ziyad picked the phone up here. Must have been the IACC office. And I said to him, brother, did you receive a resume for the Imam position? He says, are you the young guy? And I said, yeah, the young guy. He says, yeah, we'll get back. He said, are you a young kid or the young guy or something like that? I said, are you the young guy? I said, yes. He said, we'll get back to you. And then alhamdulillah, the following day, mashallah, he called and he said, let's have a conference call. We set up a conference call, and I had the chance to come and see the community, spend some time with the community, and also, had the opportunity to do the first Eid Salah in South Fork Ranch. And we praise Allah for that, and may Allah accept it from us and forgive us for any shortcomings. But that was also a great opportunity. Somebody said to me the other day, when I went to South Fork Ranch for a wedding, that you got lucky that time. So what do you mean you got lucky? I got lucky. He said, because it was never in the plans for you to speak to a crowd of 5,000, 6,000 people, and that was your exposure, and then you got the job. And I said to him, ذَلِكَ فَضْلُ اللَّهِ يُؤْتِيهِ مَنْ يَشَاءُ. That's Allah's grace, He gives it to whoever He wants. That's Allah's bounty. Right, so alhamdulillah, that was a great moment as well for me, and I'm just thankful to Allah for giving us the ability to serve the community all these years, and the chance to come back and meet the community and serve the community once again. I just want to encourage us to continue the great work that we're doing, and whatever efforts we're able to share or contribute towards the masjid, let's not underestimate those efforts. Let's work together and build unity and strong relations with our neighboring communities too. Now, Plano Masjid, mashallah, is now in a position where they are a leader in terms of masajid. And other masajid across the country, they look up to Plano Masjid, or especially in the Metroplex, and they look to see what programs we offer, what services we're offering, what our vision is, and what our growth has been like, and how we've developed into a community. And they want to learn from those and try to apply those same lessons in their community. Which means, alhamdulillah, that we are a role model community, but that also comes with a responsibility. And that responsibility is that we share with the other communities around us. This is very important for masajid to focus on the bigger goal, which is Allah's pleasure and establishing deen and maintaining the identity of our Muslim youth. These are the main objectives and goals that we have in our communities and our masajid. And all of us share the same thing. It's important that we break down the barriers that we create between masajid and learn to work together. And build a stronger relationship between the ai between the mashayikh, between the shuyukh, between the boards of the masajid, so we can have a more unified approach to things. Alhamdulillah, the things that we are doing at this masjid, programs that we're offering, services that we're offering, are great examples of the growth, mashallah, of this community. When we came here, the social service department was not as strong. Alhamdulillah, in the last 10 years, the social service department of this masjid has become extremely strong. The services we're offering in terms of clinic and dental care and then counseling, all professional services being offered, we don't have this type of contribution in other masajid across the country. Then when we see the growth of the community in terms of classes, education and taqwa, hifz, mashallah, it's an amazing achievement, and it's also demonstrative of how far the community has come and exactly what types of efforts the community have made all these years. And I want to praise Allah first and foremost and ask Allah to accept it from all of you, from us, and we also ask Allah to forgive us for any shortcomings on our behalf. Because we're all humans and we can make mistakes, we can make errors. And I'm sure there's many times in the past that I might have said something in a khutbah to offend someone, or I might have responded in a way that may have offended someone to a question, or perhaps somebody might have sent an email and I responded quite harshly, because that's also possible. As humans, we can make those mistakes. And if I had committed any of these mistakes to harm or offend anybody, that I want to ask forgiveness from my heart, from the bottom of my heart, and I pray that Allah gives you the ability to forgive. And I also want to request that you continue praying for me and praying for my family. I also want to share that I am completely blown away by the love and generosity that this community has shown me from the start. Ever since I came here, it never felt like I was away from family, because the community, alhamdulillah, were always very loving and always showing, not just to me, but also to my wife and my children and my family, and we're very grateful for the love and the warmth that this community offered. And I always say that there's no community like Plano. And inshallah, we're going to end with this, and we pray that Allah Ta'ala gives us tawfiq, and Allah forgives us for any shortcomings, and He gives us tawfiq to continue doing work for His deen and accepting work from us. Inshallah. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا اصرف عنا عذاب جهنم إن عذابها كان غراما إنها ساءت مستقرا ومقاما. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا. ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا. ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به. واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا إنك جامع الناس اليوم لا ريب فيه إن الله لا يخلف الميعاد. Ya Allah, Ya Ilah al-Alameen, forgive us. Ya Allah, shower your mercy upon us. Ya Allah, shower your grace upon us, your benevolence upon us. Ya Allah, forgive our shortcomings, major and minor. Ya Allah, those that we committed knowingly, those unknowingly, those in the hours of darkness, those in the daylight hours. Ya Allah, any sin that we commit, Ya Allah, forgive us. Ya Allah, shower your mercy upon us. Ya Allah, we have no refuge but you. Ya Allah, we cannot seek anyone's assistance but yours. Nobody can shower His grace upon us but you. Ya Allah, nobody has grace like you. Nobody has bounty like you. Nobody has rahmah like you. Nobody has compassion like you. Ya Allah, shroud us with your mercy, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, otherwise we would be in destruction. Ya Allah, otherwise we would be losers. Ya Allah, otherwise we would be in loss and failure. Ya Allah, shower your mercy upon us. Ya Allah, guide us, protect us, preserve us, accept from us. Allah, give us tawfiq, enable us. Allow us to do work of your deen, Ya Allah. Always guide us towards khair, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, preserve this community, Ya Allah. Sustain this community, Ya Allah. Bless this community. Give them growth, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, give them growth upon solid foundations of taqwa, amal salih, and the correct vision that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam implemented, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, allow us to work like the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam worked. Allah, allow us to establish a community like the community Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam established, Ya Allah. Make this masjid a means of good work, Ya Allah, a means of guidance, Ya Allah, a means of taqwa, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, allow people to be attracted to Islam through this masjid, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, spread guidance and hidayah from this masjid, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, forgive any shortcomings from us, Ya Allah, in our delivery of any duties, Ya Allah, any amanah, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, forgive us, Ya Allah. Shower your mercy upon us. Ya Allah, always keep love between our hearts, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, Ya Allah, keep the love strong, Ya Allah. Keep the relationship strong, the bond strong, Ya Allah. Allahumma alif bayna qulubina wa aslih dhata baynina. Allahumma alif bayna qulubina wa aslih dhata baynina. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.
There will be some snacks outside, and Imam Yaseen will be giving first khutbah tomorrow, and he will be here on Saturday morning at Fajr time also, and we are going to have some breakfast. So if you can come and join us, inshallah.